The royal family of Jordan attend a football match in Qatar. The Duchess of Edinburgh visits a lighthouse charity in Barnsbury. King Frederick X of Denmark concludes his visit to the Republic of Poland. And Hereditary Grand Duchess Stephanie of Luxembourg visits an artist's studio in Luxembourg City. All this and much more coming up next on your Royal Daily News. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're doing well. My name is Alexandra, and welcome to your Royal Daily News for Saturday, February 3rd, 2024. This morning, the Royal House of Savoy announced that His Royal Highness Prince Vittorio Emanuele of Savoy, Prince of Naples, the son of the last King of Italy, passed away peacefully in Geneva, Switzerland. He was 86 years old. Prince Vittorio Emanuele leaves behind his wife, Her Royal Highness Princess Marina Doria of Savoy, his only son, His Royal Highness Prince Emanuele Filiberto of Savoy, Prince of Venice, and his wife, Her Royal Highness Princess Clotilde of Savoy. The late prince also leaves behind two granddaughters, Her Royal Highness Princess Victoria of Savoy, and Her Royal Highness Princess Louisa of Savoy. Funeral arrangements for the prince will be announced in due course. Recently, Vittorio Emanuele was the subject of the popular 2023 Netflix documentary entitled Il Principe, in English, The King Who Never Was, directed by Mrs. Beatrice Borromeo Casaraghi. The documentary tells the story of the 1978 murder of a German teenager named Dirk Hammer through the, quote, accounts of his sister, Birgit Hammer, and the royal family of Savoy involved in the case, end quote. My deepest condolences to the Savoy family. May Prince Vittorio Emanuele of Savoy, Prince of Naples, rest in peace. On Thursday, Her Royal Highness Hereditary Grand Duchess Stephanie of Luxembourg spent the afternoon with well-known contemporary artist Mr. Robert Brandy in a studio in Luxembourg. According to the Cour Grand Ducal, during the visit, quote, with an open heart and complete simplicity, the artist shared beautiful stories and anecdotes about his life, his long career, and his many interests, end quote. I love his work. I really do. On Friday in Brussels, Her Imperial and Royal Highness Princess Astrid of Belgium, Archduchess of Austria-Est, along with 27 EU foreign ministers and their counterparts from the Indo-Pacific region, attended a luncheon organized by the Belgian presidency of the Council of the European Union. According to the Royal Court of Belgium, the luncheon closed the third edition of the EU Indo-Pacific Ministerial Forum in Brussels. Quote, the organization of this forum is part of the implementation of the EU strategy for Indo-Pacific cooperation, a region stretching from East Africa to the Pacific Island states, home to 3/5 of the world's population and produces 60% of the wealth, GDP, worldwide, end quote. In Tokyo, Her Imperial Highness Crown Princess Kiko of Japan attended the 69th National Youth Book Review Contest Award ceremony held at the Keita-ren Kaikan. On Friday, in the port city of Stettin, His Majesty King Frederick X of Denmark, accompanied by the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Mr. Lars Rasmussen, the Minister for Climate, Energy and Utilities, Mr. Lars Ugel, and the Minister for Food, Agriculture and Fisheries, Mr. Jacob Jensen, concluded their 3-day official business promotional campaign to the Republic of Poland. 38 Danish companies accompanied the king and the ministers in the business promotional campaign, with a focus on energy efficiency, climate-friendly agriculture, and biogas. The day began with the king and Minister Ugel laying the first foundation stone for the new Vestas offshore factory. According to the Royal Court of Denmark, the new factory, which will produce blades for offshore wind turbines, is expected to be completed in 2026 and will, quote, create more than 1,000 jobs in the area in the long term, end quote. In the mid-morning, the king participated in the opening of the conference entitled Wind waves and wires. The purpose of the conference was to create opportunities so that Danish companies could offer their technological solutions in the area of wind energy. During the conference, the king witnessed the signing of a memorandum of understanding between the ports of Stettin and Esbjerg. Thereafter, the king met with the mayor of Stettin, the marshal of West Pomerania, and the governor of West Pomerania. The successful business promotional campaign ended with the king visiting the headquarters of NATO's regional corps. During the visit, the king received a briefing on the, quote, current duties of the headquarters. His Majesty also met a number of Danish personnel at the headquarters and their families, end quote. In Oslo, the royal court of Norway announced that His Majesty King Harald V of Norway will not attend the final day of the national archery competition in Stjørdal on Sunday. The reason? The king is on extended sick leave due to a respiratory infection. On Thursday, His Majesty King Carl Gustaf of Sweden, accompanied by Her Royal Highness Crown Princess Victoria of Sweden and His Royal Highness Prince Carl Philip of Sweden, participated in a meeting with representatives from the Total Defense Research Institute at the Royal Palace in Stockholm. During the meeting, the royal family was briefed on the current security situation in Russia and in the Middle East. Meanwhile, His Royal Highness Prince Daniel of Sweden visited the headquarters of the company MIPS in Täby. The company develops safety systems for different types of helmets. According to the Royal Court of Sweden in 2007, quote, the first MIPS-equipped helmet was launched, and since then over 30,000 units with the MIPS safety system have been sold. The solution is based on more than 25 years of research and development, together with doctors and professors from the Royal University of Technology and the Karolinska Institute in Stockholm. End quote. During the visit, the prince learned about the history of the company and was given a guided tour of the helmet test lab. On Friday morning in Monacoville, His Serene Highness Prince Albert II of Monaco and Mr. Louis Ducrot attended the funeral of former AS Monaco football player Mr. Jean Petit at the Cathédrale de Monaco. Mr. Petit passed away on January 23, 2024, at the age of 74. In the afternoon, the Sovereign Prince, accompanied by Her Serene Highness Princess Charlene of Monaco, His Serene Highness Hereditary Prince Jacques of Monaco, and Her Serene Highness Princess Gabriella of Monaco, attended the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague regular season round 25 basketball game between AS Monaco and Fenerbahçe Beko Istanbul at the Salle Gaston Médecin in Fontvieille. So, who won the game? AS Monaco, 76-69. Just on a side note, I'm a huge basketball fan. Go Lakers, even though we're having a terrible year. And every now and then, I'm able to catch a couple of EuroLeague games, specifically AS Monaco. And I have to say, they are an amazing team, great coach, and two great former NBA players, Mike James and now Kemba Walker, who used to play for the Boston Celtics and the Dallas Mavericks. On Tuesday, the Sovereign Prince attended the 15th edition of the International Biomarine Convention held at the Espace Bellevue in Biarritz, France. According to a press release, Biomarine is a, quote, private organization that strives to create interactions between researchers, the business world, and investors around the subject of ocean preservation, end quote. This year's two-day convention was held under the theme Blue Pathways to a Resilient Global Economy. After the opening of the convention, the Sovereign Prince attended a reception held in his honor at the Biarritz Town Hall, hosted by the mayor. On Friday, Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Edinburgh, as patron, visited the volunteer team of the Lighthouse Charity in Barnsbury. According to Buckingham Palace, the Lighthouse Charity, quote, has around 300 volunteers working together to tackle deprivation and isolation, transforming lives towards well-being, independence, and hope. The Duchess has volunteered with the Lighthouse charity several times over the past few years. Joining their weekly tea and cake for senior citizens, Her Royal Highness hosted a quiz, spoke to guests, and helped sort donations for the community fridge. End quote. On Friday afternoon, Her Majesty, Queen Letizia, Spain, arrived at the Academia de Cine in Madrid to attend a private panel session for Academy members hosted by Spanish filmmaker and writer Mr. Rodrigo Cortés, featuring legendary director, producer, screenwriter, and Oscar winner Mr. Martin Scorsese. Mr. Scorsese is currently in Madrid to promote his latest film, Killers of a Flower Moon, the Osage Murders and the Birth of the FBI. The film is based on the 2017 book by American journalist and author David Grann about the Osage murders. Mr. Scorsese is the executive producer of Mr. Rodrigo Cortés's upcoming film, Escape, based on the novel of the same name by Mr. Enrique Rubio. Mr. Scorsese is also the founder and president of the Film Foundation, a nonprofit organization dedicated to the preservation and protection of film history. In 2018, Mr. Scorsese received the Premio Princesa de Asturias de las Artes. Meanwhile, across town, His Majesty, King Felipe VI of Spain, presided over the presentation of the 2022 and 2023 Premios Nacionales de Sociología y Ciencia Política ceremony at the Galería de las Colecciones Reales. On Friday in Qatar, Their Royal Highnesses Crown Prince Al Hussein bin Abdullah II and Princess Rajwa Al Hussein of Jordan, accompanied by Her Royal Highness Princess Salma bint Abdullah II of Jordan, attended the 2023 AFC Asian Cup quarterfinal football match between Jordan and Tajikistan, held at the Ahmed bin Ali Stadium. So, who won the match? Jordan, 1-0. And finally, in Munich, His Royal Highness Prince Marcello of Bavaria, on behalf of His Royal Highness Duke Franz of Bavaria, attended the Bavarian Sports Shooting Association New Year reception on Tuesday. Duke Franz has been the patron of the Bavarian Sports Shooting Association since 1996. Guests attending the reception included members of Bavarian society and government representatives. And there you have it. Thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. I will be back on Monday, February 5th, with all the latest royal news. Until then, I sincerely wish each and every one of you a wonderful weekend. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss a thing. Okay, again, have a wonderful weekend, everyone, and I will see you all on Monday. Take care.